Youth unemployment, one problem that is far from being new, remains a challenge for governments in the developing world. The causes are multifaceted, ranging from the low supply side of jobs, insufficient employable skills, to high rates of labor force growth as a result of the increase in population, as is the case of Uganda with 40 million people. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics National Labour Force Survey, published last year, documented that youth unemployment of people between 18 and 30 grew from 12.7% in 2012-2013 to 13.3% by 2016-2017. Yet Uganda's struggle to create jobs for its bulging youth populations seems to barely have any solutions. Government has been latching from one intervention to another to placate unemployed youth, especially those in the sector of craftsmanship. In 2010, government inducted the Youth Venture Capital Fund, through which it partnered with local commercial banks to provide youngsters with access to low-interest credit. The Capital Fund was to apprentice youth with skills development that would result into jobs. But this spectacularly collapsed. 3 years later, in August 2013, at a National Youth Council meeting held in Mukono district, the then newly Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development Permanent Secretary Pius Bigirimana announced a new youth unemployment strategy, the Youth Livelihoods Programme. Bigirimana revealed to Legions that government would sink 256 billion shillings into the fund. The program was initiated with 4 core objectives, amongst others, provide the youth with marketable vocational skills and toolkits for self-employment and job creation, provide financial support to enable the youth establish income-generating activities, provide the youth with entrepreneurship and life skills as an integral part of their livelihoods, provide the youths with relevant knowledge and information for attitudinal change. But 6 years later, the program is a mixed bag. There's barely much to show in regard to the dollops of money doled out. According to the Auditor General's audit report last year, the recovery rate of funds sunk into the program is at a dismal 26%. John Muanga warns that, given that most projects were non-existent, there's a high risk that the outstanding amount may not be recovered. The audit report attributed failure to repay the funds to disagreements amongst the group members, natural calamities like drought and disease that affected agricultural projects, lack of common interest, and poor management. Other challenges were ineffective supervision and lack of technical support, deliberate refusal by some interest groups to pay back the money, approval of non-viable projects, political interference from local politicians during the process to recover funds, taxes and high operational costs. The audit shows that of the 83 billion shillings disbursed, for instance in 2015-2016, only 2 billion shillings was recovered, 6 billion shillings recovered in 2016-2017 of the 12 billion shillings given. 6 billion shillings was recovered in 2016-2017 of the 12 billion shillings given out, and 11 billion shillings recovered in 2017-2018 out of the 18 billion shillings disbursed. Muanga says, whereas the recovery rate is improving, the Gender Ministry needs to plug gaps to avert losses. The Gender Ministry officials, however, dispute Muanga's audit.
We've made strong inroads in supporting the young people acquire skills and toolkits, but also recently we just had an impact evaluation which revealed to us that indeed the Youth Livelihoods Programme has made significant progress in promoting employment, with a contribution of up to 4% contribution to job creation in Uganda. The impact evaluation also noted to us that the program has enhanced financial inclusion among the young people.
According to the audit, a review of reports obtained from the ministry also revealed that some districts have not remitted recovered funds to an account in Bank of Uganda to a tune of 2 billion shillings out of the total 18 billion shillings recovered. Isaac Kayizi, a resident of Kalungu village in Zirobwe Luwero district, is one of the beneficiaries of the project. He's concerned about the red tape before one can access the funds.
Signing papers, making proposals, whereby you can make a proposal and you take it there and they say that this is not good. And they say that you go back and you make a proposal. Going to the district over walking, going to the sub-county, and these expenses of the bank which were not given to us. Yet they want us to take that money back.
Kayizi used the money to acquire a digital camera and set up a photo studio to tap into the growing market of weddings and other routine festivities, which usually fetches him an average of 500,000 shillings after 3 months.
If there is another opportunity, but not in a group, I can, but if it is in a group.
In the deeper recesses of Mijera Town Council in Nakasongola district, youth shared accounts of success and failure. Daniel Magezi says he initially was skeptical about the project, but eventually yielded and formed a group through which they received 10 cows.
Weefuira wa mukutandika batandise okusiba abamu kunze nange ninda bankime nga we twalaba oli munaffe bamusibye n'abalala bagambye mwabaddako musasule ate tusasule ki mwatuwa kwekulaakulanya ente tezinazaala mubireese ebitebikadde tebinaba kunyirira ate babireetera mu budde bwa kyeya akati tubikuumakuumako binyirire oba bizaale bw'ongamba sasula nsigazaako akayana enkulu ne bwenjiwaayo anti wasanze sirina oze kunyamba ate katongambye sasula ate nga sinafunamu kyenakola kiki nga maze okulaba omuliro ogundiko ku mugongo nakwata ente eyo nenjitunda okuliwa okuzaayo sente zaabwe sente nga tezijaamu mu nte yaabwe gye bampa omuguzi ente yagimpamu emitwalo 60 weewuunya omugongo 65 kyokka batubanja $1,000,000 n'emitwalo 10 n'obutundutundu obwagwangamu. Nakola ki nalinawo ku byange nenzira n'entema ku nte zange nembawa sente nempeza akakadde kalamba.
1 year later, Magezi says authorities sought to recover the funds, but they had barely registered any progress.
De mu kyeye ekyo ente y'amaanyi ennyo yali eggula emitwalo 65 tebuukawo. Naye ng'eno bakugamba twagiguze miliyoni etya mbagambe nanoonyeza ntuuka ku mulaalo mumanyi mukwano gwange kyendo nambuulira bbeeyi gye baabadde babigulamu olira eno bwojja ontikka omugugu n'endala we zaabulira saamanya sente eziweza akakadde kali.
Isaac Kajoba, also a resident of Mijera, received money to start a piggery, but repayment landed him in jail for 2 nights until he sold part of his land to clear a fraction of the money.
Kirizanti nafiirwa nenkita ngamba it's okay omuntu ofiirwa sente nezigenda.
Kajoba says they received 28 pigs, but they died and district authorities did not render them any assistance.
Nenze nembeera mugumu tinaddamu amaanyi kuba minisita kye yasala mu mazima nti obulagajevu bwali betuyita expert obutatuukiriza mulimu gwabwe.
The Mijera Town Council Human Resource Officer, Peter Kamya, says the piggery and cattle projects were severely affected by drought.
The pigs started dying, and even they went short of the money to buy the feeds, the water. So at the end, the project, actually, as per now, the project collapsed.
The area youth chairperson Shafik Chagulanyi, however, says the project turned into a source of despair for many youth groups. Some fled their homes when they absconded to pay.
So even with the leaders, we started to see that the project will not benefit the youth. so the youth will not benefit from that project. So we also decided to stop sensitizing them about the project.
But Shadrach Kasule has registered gains in his venture of metal welding.
The project ya feno traininga abamu bafuluma nibatandikirawo emirimu gyano bava mu Uganda kibinanze takivaamu naye nabanga agenda atandika ekiche.
The focal person at the district, Henry Mukoza, says despite its shortcomings, the program has so far been a success.
But in terms of survival, our rate, I could rate it to be around 90%. Those groups are still going on. But in terms of realizing their benefits, that is now generating income, we are below that. We are below that because most groups, we have had the capacity in terms of managing the groups. You know, these are youths we got, some of them no business experiences.
A July 2019 progress report for the program by the Gender Ministry detailed that 290 million shillings is due for payment by the projects, 180 million shillings has been collected, and a balance of 109 million shillings has been carried forward, representing a 62% repayment rate in Nakasongola district. According to the ministry's report, the best performing local governments include Zombo, Rukunjiri Municipality, Nchungamo Municipality, Mityana, Mbarara and Masindi. The worst performing districts include Abim, Butebo, Nabilatuk, Queen, Kitgum Municipality, Butambala and Kasanda. Performance was rated on the basis of success of the projects invested in and the rate of funds recovered. In total, 160 billion shillings has been disbursed over the past 6 years to 169 local governments around the country. Of this, 52 billion shillings was funneled to 6,911 agricultural projects, 46 billion shillings to 6,442 projects in trade, 36 billion shillings in the service industry, 8 billion shillings to 1,214 projects in industry, and 7 billion shillings in vocational projects. Paul Onapa, the project manager in the Gender Ministry, says they are satisfied with its performance.
Again, it is indeed true, as you indicated where you sampled. Yes, as a program, we have had our fair share of challenges, and this we acknowledge. That we have had, for example, as you have said, the challenges of the mindset of the young people. Yes, some people got the money and misused it. That is a fact. But we not just sit down and look at them. We have been able to engage with the various stakeholders at the ministries of local government, the local government stakeholders, to be able to follow up with these young people and know what exactly happened.
Onapa argued that the project is built on a revolving model, and as more money is recovered, it will be sunk in the better performing ventures to ensure sustainability.
The 31.4 billion that we have recovered to date is what we are also replowing back, and that will continue in addition to the other thing.
However, the Parliamentary Local Government Accounts Committee chairperson, Judith Akelo, says the rosy statistics is a fallacy.
Especially those rural groups. Go and listen to these young people. Young people are in trouble. First of all, you are already, for the groups that have got the money, you were not able to make it. For instance, the enterprises that they choose, because it was not a guided effort, they were able to choose whatever.
Akelo, whose committee is compiling an independent assessment report, says the program is good, but its implementation is flawed.
If it was structured properly, the young people would really benefit.
The MP says while the few success stories are an exception, there's no guarantee for sustainability given the high rate of business mortality in the country.
I want to tell you that young people, majority of the young people of this country, whether they went to school or they didn't go to school, do not have they don't have startup capital for those who have not been able to get jobs. Majority of them, of course, are jobless, whether they went to school or not.
During the House Committee recent visit to Arua, MPs recommended for the reprimand of the Chief Administrative Officer over accountability discrepancies. Akelo's assessment is not far-fetched from the Nakasongola District Chairperson Sam Chigula.
Now what happens with this fund? There is where there is a weakness, and the weakness is partially put on the technocrats.
Besides corruption, Chigula says the operational modalities for the projects leaves a lot to be desired.
I'm of the view government would move around, identify those who are in business. That one will encourage others to start off their business. Those ones were given after they had started something. So that would be like a push, but not a starter.
3 months ago, it was revealed that part of the money meant for the fund was transferred to State House. Makerere University-based think tank, the Economic Policy Research Center, EPRC, in a 2015 study which compared the program to similar interventions in Kenya, South Africa, Namibia and Botswana, detailed that Uganda has a lot more to learn and noted that promotion of youth entrepreneurship should be approached comprehensively to achieve lasting impacts through a mix of financial and non-financial support to ensure project sustainability. Brian Serunjoji, a research fellow at TPRC, told NTV that specific interventions could improve the program.
For example, we've seen through research that much as the fund was put to, to create jobs, to invest money in labor-intensive sectors, some of it is being lended to sectors, for example, like retail business, that is not creating as much jobs as needed.
Speaking at the release of the status report, Gender Minister Janet Mukwaya last month waxed lyrical about the program being adopted by the International Labour Organization to curb youth unemployment elsewhere.
That's why I'm appealing to you that for us who really manage this program and the need to train other countries to do this Uganda, because first of all, this is Uganda grown.
But the program, fraught with challenges 6 years after it was launched, needs a re-examination and closer supervision to combat unemployment amongst youths.